for the Wildcats, 6'1" senior, Matt Hutchison. For the Pioneers, 6'2" senior, number 12, Preston Paget. For the Wildcats, 6'1" junior, number 13, Tanner Triggs. For the Pioneers, 5'10" senior, number 20, Xavier Young. For the Wildcats, 6'4" junior, number 15, Andy Potty. For the Pioneers, 6'3" senior, number 23, Grant Greenberg. For the Wildcats, 6'2" senior, number 21, Sam Lennon. For the Pioneers, 6'1" senior, number 32, Jared Funderburg. And for the Wildcats, 6'5" senior, number 35, Rogan Perry. And for the Pioneers, 5'11" senior, number 44, Dakota Hamlin.
Film in. And once again, folks, welcome to Leavenworth, Kansas, Leavenworth Pioneer basketball, varsity basketball. We just enjoyed a wonderful competition between the junior varsity. Now we are going to enjoy the varsity guys go at it after the national anthem. Once again, this is brought to you by 810varsity.com. That was wonderful, Paige Paget. I do believe that was the sister of Preston Paget, one of the key players for the Leavenworth Pioneers. Also one of the starters. The Leavenworth Pioneers played a tournament this past weekend, placing second in the Citizens National Bank National Bank 17th Annual Invitational. They've won it 3 of the past 5 years. They're looking for redemption next year, I guarantee it. So I was talking to the Hayden head coach when right before we got started here. He said he's got some long-range shooters and some guys who like to work from the outside. Plus, some guys like to punish inside the paint, which should prove to be very interesting because that's exactly the type of smash mouth basketball that I enjoy and the Leavenworth Pioneers thrive on. If you look at these guys, none of them are really high towers. You know, they're not 6'10", 6'11", 7-footers. You know, they're just regular 6-foot-tall guys who like to play the game. Jericho Spundeberg and Matt Hutchison will be at the tip-off. And Hutchison gets it back to the Wildcats. Number 21, Glennon, bringing it out. Starting real quickly on the inside. The Pioneers are trying to guard out. Rebound taken by Grant Greenberg. Kicks it out to Xavier Young, all the way back out to Dakota Hamlin. Xavier Young is very strong on the outside, but loves to get in the middle too. Out on the outside, Dakota Hamlin. Inside on the inside there, Young scrambling for the ball. Jump ball, it's going to be Leavenworth possession. Looks like that was Andy Otting and Xavier Young going at it for the ball. Preston Padgett to inbound. Sends it to Greenberg, back out to Young. Preston Padgett once again rolling around the outside. Out to Hamlin once again. Looking on the inside. Padgett loves to play up in here. Greenberg on the outside, out to Young. Kicks it out to Padgett again. Greenberg once again. Funderburg from the outside. Kicks it out to Young. Out to Padgett. Padgett wide open for the three, and it's good. Preston Padgett knocking on their first three-pointer of the night. Leavenworth adding the pressure early tonight. Picking up the middle. Padgett floater through the middle is nothing but an air ball. Oh, and it says that Leavenworth touched it, so it's still going to be Wildcats ball. And that ball went a little deep, but it was picked back up by number 2, Hutchison. And traveling by the Wildcats, we'll turn the ball over back to the Pioneers, so that little tip rolling out did not seem to have any effect. Right now, Leavenworth leading 3-0. Funderburg's going to be inbounding to Young. Young kicks it out to Dakota Hamlin. Out to Greenberg, once again out to Young. Lost on the backside. Padgett picks it back up. That was tipped out by Hutchison. Out to Funderburg once again. Kicks it up the middle to a wide open Padgett for 2 more. All 5 of the points are attributed to Preston Padgett right now. Way pass on the backside of the number 35, Barry. Number 21 from the top of the key, good for 3. Sam Glennon with his first score. So it took almost 3 minutes for the Wildcats to draw blood. They finally do. A little physicality up the middle. Rebound taken by number 2, Hutchison, who rolls it up the middle for 2. Tying up the score. Young coming down. Up to Greenberg for 3, and it's good. So the pressure being applied by both teams on the defensive end is very impressive. The score is only 8-5, almost halfway through the first period. And Hutchison has 2 more. So 4 of the 7 points belong to Hutchison. Presley outside kicks it into Funderburg. Looking for the roll around. Goes up, but does not come down. Number 15, Andy Otting on the rebound. Roll in once again is still good by Hutchinson. Hutchinson on fire, got 6 points so far. Young kicks it out to Greenberg, once again to Hamlin. Paget kicks it out to Young. Funderburk at the top of the key. Paget once again out to Greenberg. Drives up the middle, catches the block. Picked up by Paget, out to Young to Hamlin. Hit in the middle, once again picked up. Dakota Hamlin has recovered 2. Has picked up 2 loose balls so far. And that was on number 35, Brogan Berry. His first penalty of the night, foul of the night. And Hayden's first period. Up for 3 is another one for Greenberg. Greenberg has knocked down 2 of 2 on his three-pointers. Hutchinson looking to slow him down a little bit on getting everybody lined up. That ball is thrown out, so it's going to be Leavenworth's ball. Some heads-up play by Greenberg to not interfere with that, just to let it go. Young walks it down as this crew gets set. Dishes it out to Paget. All the way out to Young. Inside to Greenberg, and it's stolen by number 21, Sam Glennon of the Wildcats. That was impressive hand speed for the big man. Kicks it out to number 2. Rolling it around, trying to find a hole up the middle. And that ball is paid back in spades by number 23, Greenberg, all the way out to Funderburk. Drive up the middle and draws the foul. Greenberg going to the line. The other night he shot 90% from the line on Friday night of the tournament. Saturday it dropped a little bit from fatigue, but not by much. And Greenberg drops it. Coaches and family at Greenberg say that he's been playing basketball since he's been about 6 years old and loved it ever since. And it shows the way he plays out there. It's almost like second nature, like he doesn't have to think about it. And he drops his second. So sitting on 8 points is Greenberg so far. Paget and Greenberg hold the only points. Cameron Wiggins checks in the game. Number 13 driving up through the middle. That's Turner Triggs. That's Tanner Triggs on his first points of the night. Preston Paget sitting on the outside, dishes it out. And it looks like an illegal screen. Illegal screen on the Pioneers, so it's going to turn the ball over. Funderburk's first foul of the night. Hard dish to the outside of number 13. He likes the lane, but it's been covered up right now. Back out to number 5, Connor Beck. Up and missed, rebounded by Funderburk. Going down to Wiggins on the layup, and it's in. Got the bucket and going to get the 2 on the line. Has a good opportunity to put the Pioneers up by more than 4. And that one was on Matt Hutchinson. And he drops it. So as soon as Wiggins checks in, he's got 3 points on the game already. Hutchinson outside there. Hands it out to Glennon. Trying to slow them all down. So the Wildcats are now being covered really tight. Lots of pressure by the Pioneers. Well, it was a holding, but that bucket did not count. So Hutchinson will be inbounding for the Wildcats. And that ball is stolen by Preston Paget, but dished into the wrong player, unfortunately. Rebound taken by Hutchinson. Tries the shot, no good. Rebounded by Funderburk. Back out to Preston Paget. Going for a hard drive out to Greenberg for three. Rebound taken by Paget. Oh, and a hard drive up the middle. Face plant by Grant. And that's going to be on number 15, Andy Otting. That was a hard collision up the middle. Unintentional, but damaging nonetheless. Federico checking in. Paget to send the ball in. Sends it out to Young. Out to Wiggins. Young sitting on the outside. Dish out to Paget. And Anthony Truelove has checked in the game. Truelove on the inside with the hook, no good. Picked up by Hutchinson. Hutchinson trying to get on post down the line and rolls it around to the outside. Ball is tipped back. Drawn back in. Anthony Truelove comes up with it. Cameron Wiggins coming down. Dishes it out for Xavier Young. Up for three, and it's good. That's Xavier Young's first three-pointer of the night. Wiggins cutting in. Driving up. Hutchinson on the outside. Good shot. Paget for three, and it's no good. And no, there was no foul called on Paget being pushed to the ground, but that's okay. The coach is going to let him know about it, whether or not he likes that call or not. And Coach Hogan got himself in a little bit of foul trouble himself on the last game of the tournament, getting a technical called at the end. But I'm sure he won't make that mistake again, although he is very, very, what's the word I'm looking for? Very lively. So, end of the first period, 19-14 in favor of the Leavenworth Pioneers. So here we go, beginning of the second period, 19-14 in favor of the Leavenworth Pioneers. Remember, this and all sports in Leavenworth can be brought to you by 810varsity.com. LeavenworthTimes.com also now has a link to us. My name is Harley Riddle, the voice of the Pioneers. Glad to be here with you once again. So number 2 dishes it in to number 10. A little more contact coming now here in the second period. Sense of urgency by the Wildcats, and a travel called on number 13, Tanner Triggs. He wasn't sure about the call, but it's not his call to make the call. So Xavier Young brings it back down. Preston Paget on the outside. Wiggins roll around on the inside. Rolls it back out. Tries to draw the attention off. And it looks like they're throwing the ball to me, so I didn't quite get it. That's all right. It's going to be Pioneers' ball. Paget to inbound. So right now, Funderburk out, taking a little bit of a break. Truelove in there. Preston Paget on the outside. Truelove at the top of the key. Dishes it right back out. Put back into Greenberg, into Paget for the 2. So Paget with only 7 points so far, but he's still being very instrumental out there. The Wildcats moving the ball on the outside very effectively, very fast, trying to avoid the steals that plague their junior varsity team. Rebound by Wiggins, attempt there by number 10, Bennett Federico. And it looks like we got the bucket on that one with Preston Paget. And the coach of the Wildcats upset that a travel wasn't called, getting very upset. True Love to check out. Funderburg checking back in. Both these coaches very passionate about their teams, wanting to be sure they're all given a fair shake. So Greenberg comes to the line, shooting 100% from the line right now. And he knocks another down. Kicking around to the backside, out to Tanner again. Onto the inside, there goes Hutchinson once again for the layup. Picked up by Greenberg, all the way down to Wiggins. And lost and picked up by number 13. And holding by Wiggins while he was on the ground, trying to be rather creative. Dakota Hamlin checking in. So Hutchinson trying to draw some people off. And it looks like an offensive foul. So the Pioneers will take the ball back. Funderburg inbound to Jason Randall was checked in for the first time tonight. Randall, a 5'10 sophomore. Greenberg up for three. Shoots it short. But he did have big number 21, Sam Glennon, in his face for that one. So Wildcats ball. Hutchinson pushing off of Funderburg, trying to get some space. Up in the middle with a floater, and it's no good. Rebounded by Greenberg. Being brought back down. Loop down to Grant. And it's in. Jason Randall for his first two of the day. And a timeout taken by the Wildcats. Remember, folks, Chick-fil-A is going to have a spirit night at the location at the Legends Thursday, December 22nd from 5 to 8:30 p.m. to benefit the Leavenworth High School Boys Backboard Booster Club. Say that 3 times fast. And all the proceeds there are going to this wonderful organization. And remember, folks, Chick-fil-A has some awesome food. I mean, some awesome chicken. They were one of the sponsors that were here this weekend for the tournament, and I did partake of some of their heavenly chicken. So here we go, folks. Second period, 5:41 left to play in that period. Score is 26-14 in favor of the Pioneers. Pressure's being put on by both teams, playing man-to-man coverage, uncovering, back down to zone. Dish up the inside, traveling. Basket does not count on number. I'm sorry, it was a push. Dakota Hamlin with that one. Pass in to number 15. Number 5 rolls it around with the outside, dishes it right back out. Hutchinson sitting on the outside. The ball is tipped out of the hands of Andy Otting into the waiting hands of Greenberg. Out to Preston Paget for 3. Another 3 for Preston. Preston sitting on 12 points now for the half. Ball kicked out to Connor Beck, dishes it right back into Hutchinson. Rebounds back there by Greenberg. And he tries to catch it. but unfortunately, he does go out of bounds, so the Wildcats will have possession on the far side. Hutchison to inbound to number 15, Otting. Back to Hutchison. Into Otting once again. Lost his man up the middle with a slip by Funderburk. It made for an easy layup for Otting. Randall bringing the ball down. Number 10, Bennett Federico with the pressure. Dakota Hamlin with the soft jumper, no good. Rebounded by Preston Padgett. Tried to get it back with Funderburk and unfortunately fell out of bounds. So that will be the Wildcats' ball. Bennett Federico inbounding to Matt Hudson, is sitting on 9 points right now. Hudson trying to give his guys time to get set. And it looks like some cross questions and crooked answers. He zigged when he should have zagged, so the ball went into the bleachers, so the Pioneers will take over. Randall bringing it down with Funderburk in tow. Dakota Hamlin up in the middle, good for two. Dakota's first score of the night. Young covering up on Hutchison really well. The ball went, recovered, and rebounded by Preston Padgett. Brings it back out, kicks it to Young. Preston Padgett with the ball on the high post. Drives the lane. No good. Draws the foul. So that was Bennett Federico with the penalty, and Padgett coming to the line. Padgett floats one in. It's his first trip to the line tonight. And that makes 14 points for Padgett so far. He's definitely taking the lead tonight. Number 10 rolling around the outside, kicks it out to Otting. Excuse me, that was number 21, Sam Glennon, no good. Rebound taken by Dakota Hamlin. Pass up the middle is no good. And now it's going to be the Wildcats' ball again. The guys are getting their hands a little slippery, I guess, because both teams are now dishing the ball to the crowd. So Connor Beck brings it down, covered up by Funderburk. Throws up the middle, a little too hard, bounces off the hand of his cohort and goes straight into the hands of Dakota Hamlin. Xavier Young up for three is no good. Ball is recovered, rebounded by Bennett Federico. Glennon brings it down, slows it down a little bit. Back out to Beck, to Federico. On into the inside to Otting, and it's good for a layup. 2 minutes, 25 seconds left to play in the first half. 33-18 in favor of the Pioneers. Wide open three for Funderburk. Funderburk dropped that. Completely uncovered. Now the pressure's on. Stolen by Funderburk. Recovered by number 5 and traveling by number 13, Tanner Trigg. That is his second traveling tonight. I'm wondering if the referee's seeing what I'm seeing because I didn't see that. Ball inbounded to Xavier Young. Xavier Young is a 5'10 senior. loves the game, loves being in it. You can see by the look on his face, he's always having fun out there. Young dishes it back to Funderburk. Out to Paget, to Greenberg once again. Posts up with a soft layup, and it is good. Excuse me, a soft jumper. Pass inside to Otting once again, and a block on Funderburk. And Funderburk checking out. Anthony Trulove checking in. Trulove doesn't have any points on the game so far. From the outside for three is no good. Rebound by Trulove into the waiting hands of Hutchison. And Hutchison nailed two for that one. Young up the middle, and it's good. With a hard drive with a left-handed roll. Going to get one at the line. What's that? Oh. That was Connor Beck on that foul. And Young drops another one down. Young now has 6 points on the game. Beck brings it back down. Goes to Federico, then back to Beck. Ball's been knocked around. Last touch by the Wildcats, so the Pioneers will have it with 47 seconds left to play in the first half. With a 21-point lead over the Wildcats. Young brings it down. He's taking his time. Covered up by Beck right now. And Beck steals it. Going back down. In for the layup, and he misses. So Young takes it back all the way down into the crowd. Little bit too much mustard on that hot dog. So with 31 seconds left to play in the first half, a couple of careless turnovers by both teams is sort of put this game on its heels. So Beck is going slow, letting people get set. Takes it into Otting. Right back out to Beck. Up to number 21, Sam Glennon, rolling around back out the outside. Inside to Otting once again. .4 seconds left. That was a defensive foul on the Pioneers. That was on Anthony Trulove. All the way out to Hutchison. Back to the outside. No good. So at the half, your score is 41-20 in favor of the Leavenworth Pioneers. Remember, folks, you can catch this and all sports on 810varsity.com. And we did 175 games this past fall, and more to come this winter. We'll be covering all the Leavenworth games and much, much more. So stay tuned to 810varsity.com. Okay, folks, about 40 seconds left, and we're going to get this thing started once again. So, oh, wow. Wow, so some stats for Leavenworth here. Halfway through the second quarter, they only had 2 turnovers. Now, they did start throwing some low passes out there, and they got 3 more by the end of it, but they had no missed free throws and only 8 missed field goals. I mean, really, that is impressive by anybody's standards. But as you all know, it's a brand new game now. It's third period. It's 41-20 in favor of the Leavenworth Pioneers. Pioneers have possession. Excuse me, folks. Didn't mean to cough in your ear there. And just learned a little interesting tidbit of information on Thursday night, the beginning of the tournament here in Leavenworth. This show had over 500 viewers, and Young up for 3 is no good. Rebounded by number 13, Turner Triggs. Over 500 viewers on Thursday. So, thank you. The word is getting around, and we're going to grow this thing as big as we can. So Hutchinson to inbound all the way over here to number 21, Sam Glennon. Off the fingertips of Otting, so Pioneers will take possession. Thunderbird to inbound to Young. And that ball almost taken by Hutchinson. Call on the push. Hutchinson's usually very, very good about not getting the fouls, but now he's up to 2. First one of the period for the visiting Wildcats. Thunderbird to the inside, back to the outside with all the way around to Paget, back out to Thunderbird. Greenberg once again is very effective on the outside. Greenberg dishes it back out to Young. Once again out to the outside for Paget is no good. Rebounded by Greenberg and stolen by number 21. Glennon driving down for the easy layup. Glennon's on fire right now. He's a little fired up. I don't know what the coach has said to him, but he's very energetic. And a quick hand to Greenberg, who drives the line. In for 2 more. Greenberg's working really hard out there, as is everyone else. Paget's out there, Otting up the middle, loves to play in the paint. Rebound taken by Paget and stolen by Hutchison. He's coming down, one man to beat. And a charge taken by Paget. Actually, Greenberg took the charge. Going to send Hutchison to the line. And the coach is fired up about something about the way one of the guys was standing. He thought was very offensive, possibly endangering the health of one of his players. And he's making his grievances known. These referees are very much used to that. And that one rolls in. First time to the line for Hutchison. Young bringing them down, slowing them down a little bit. Out to Hamlin, back to Young, and in to Greenberg. The press up for 3 is no good. Picked up by Otting. Otting, a very physical player. Ball almost taken by Greenberg. Up for 3 is no good. Taken down, Greenberg up for the easy layup, and it is in for 2. The pace of this game is almost crippling, folks. They just keep going and going. That ball stolen. Hamlin in. Ball stolen again. Taken away from Padgett by Matt Hutchinson, but couldn't keep a hold of it. So the Pioneers will still have possession. Padgett to inbound. Sends it out to Young. Greenberg running around trying to grab some attention. Out to Funderburk. The ball is lost. Overthrown. Picked up by Glennon. Glennon back around to the outside. Stolen by Greenberg. Rolling up the middle. Kicked it back out to Padgett, who posts up for three. Kicks it out to Hamlin. In for an easy two for Funderburk. Jericho Funderburk finding himself in the right place at the right time 2 or 3 times tonight. Number 35 driving up the pipe. No good, but does draw the foul, so he'll be going to the line. Funderburk drawing another foul. And Broganberry going to the line. It's his first trip to the line tonight. He's scoreless so far. And so far he still is. Anthony Truelove and Cameron Wiggins checking back in. Berry is still scoreless, 0 for 2 on the free throws. And Otting with a little more physicality down there. He loves to rough it up a little bit and sometimes gets himself in a little bit of trouble. Truelove with the ball. Drops it into Greenberg. Out to Young. Tip, but Padgett picks it back up. Back out to Young. To Truelove and all the way out. For a three is no good. It is picked up by number 35. Sent all the way back down to Hutchinson. In for the roll and is no good. Got a little bit of too much zing and zang there. Kicked it back out. Greenberg on the other side. Out to Wiggins. That's called getting a little about that cart before the horse. Getting a little excited that he might get a jam, and unfortunately turned up with nothing. Wiggins to the outside, posted back up for Young on the outside, and it's up and no good. Rebounded by number 35, Berry. Sent down to Beck. Round into the middle is rejected by Padgett. But the subsequent foul afterward. And that was on Greenberg. So that's going to be Otting coming to the line. Andy Otting. First trip to the line tonight. And so the pressure of this game is beginning to show on both sides. Both coaches fired up. Both teams fired up. And Otting gets his second. Preston Padgett in the middle. Out to Young, back to Padgett. Truelove to the outside. Wiggins once again catches the almost steal. Out to Greenberg. Out to Young once again for three. Is no good. Rebounded by Greenberg for two more. He is everywhere. Ball sent all the way down. No good. Berry's attempt. Young coming down into Wiggins. Up for an easy two. The pressure picking up now. And it looks like a call on Anthony Truelove. Jason Randall checking in. And looks like Corey Myrie. Corey Myrie checking in. Myrie's first action tonight in the varsity game. And Padgett comes up with the scramble. Dish in the middle where Wiggins was waiting for it. Tipped out by Matt Hutchins. And the coaches are getting very upset about the penalties that are and are not being called. You can review it for yourself, folks. There's a lot of heavy hitting down there. Randall with the ball kicks it out to Wiggins. Wiggins posts into the middle, runs it in for two, is no good. Picked up by Jason Randall. Scramble, jump ball. And Hayden will come down with it, so Hayden will have possession. So Brogan Berry will be inbounding to Matt Hutchison. Hutchinson is the big scorer tonight so far for the Wildcats. Hutchinson once again driving out to the outside. Berry with the shot, no good. Rebound comes down as Wiggins. He's got Beck in pursuit. Oh, and Wiggins is called for the elbow. That'll give the ball right back to the Wildcats. Wiggins is not happy with that. And Otting on the inside once again kicks it out to Hutchinson for three. Is no good. And amazing. The call that wasn't called before is called now on Jason Randall. Yeah, if you remember, folks, at the end of the second period, that exact thing happened and nothing was called. I guess the referees got an earful from the coaches and decided it's time to start calling that. So the free throw attempt by Hutchison is no good. He's shooting about 50% from the line now. And that was no good. Come down. Whoa, that ball is thrown far. Wiggins comes up with it. And the foul is drawn on Otting. Wiggins is not necessarily the guy you want at the line if you're a Wildcat. So a little over 1 minute left to play in the third period. Score is now doubled for the Pioneers, 52-26 over the Wildcats. And that's another one. So far, the Pioneers have not missed any of their free throws. It's impressive to see one player shoot 100%. When you have a whole team shooting 100% from the free throw line, that's something to be said. Jason Randall. Dakota Hamlin checking in. I'm going to give Preston Padgett a break. Hutchison cutting back in for the layup. No good. Rebound picked up by Otting. Stolen away by Wiggins once again. Dakota Hamlin with the layup, and it's good. Hamlin moved here this year. I'm not sure exactly where from, but he's been an effective force on the basketball team and the football team this year. Number 2, Hutchins on the inside, rolling it up and in there. And he got the point, and he's going to go to the line. And that one was called on Dakota Hamlin. So 19 seconds left to play in the third period. And it looks like we have Preston Paget and Xavier Young going to be checking back in a minute. And that ball went in. And a call on the far side. And that one's going to be on Brogan Berry. And Preston Paget will be inbounding. More likely going to be looking for Greenberg or maybe Wiggins. Young takes it to the outside. Oh, Wiggins is checked out. And a block called on number 5, Connor Beck. That's going to put Preston Paget on the backside. Kicked into Greenberg. And now the Brogan Berry again with, that's another foul on Berry. That's his fourth. He's getting in foul trouble. Both hands to the chest is not allowed. I believe in full contact basketball, but the referees are a little bit more stringent to the rules than I am. Preston Paget for three is no good. Leaving your score at the end of the third period, 55-29 in favor of the Leavenworth Pioneers. Leavenworth has stuck to their game plan and executed it to the letter with very few turnovers, whereas the Hayden Wildcats are starting to show signs of wear and tear, frustration, and we're hoping that the game will continue in a positive manner, although it looks like it's about to get physical. Right now, the fouls are beginning to pile up on both teams, so that's going to start affecting the free throws. So here we go, getting ready for another exciting period between the Hayden Wildcats from Topeka and the Leavenworth Pioneers. Once again, 810varsity.com brings you all the sports from around the Leavenworth area, actually all around the Kansas City metro. We're going to be branching up into Topeka and hopefully down to Wichita, all over the place. We can grow this thing like a virus. So we're looking forward to making it all happen. The Hayden coaches are calm and composed. The players are fired up, ready to go. And this should be a very interesting fourth period. So here we go into the fourth period, and a takeaway by number 5, Connor Beck. Little razzle-dazzle behind the back is no good. Penalty on Funderburk. We're joined from the Capital Journal, Todd Fettick. He's here covering for the Hayden Wildcats. Welcome. Welcome to Leavenworth. I'm surprised he made it considering the weather. He's helping out with lots of stats here, and welcome, welcome, welcome. Free throw is no good by Hutchinson. Ball is lost on the backside, but Xavier Young picks it up. Out to Greenberg. Kicks it out to Paget, back to Greenberg. Paget once again. Ball almost lost on the backside. Young driving it up, and it's no good, and a foul drawn by Young. And that was Andy Otting once again getting physical up the middle. I do believe that is 4 for Otting. One more, and he's gone. One more for Xavier Young. And the first missed free throw of the night. And rebound is taken by Beck. And 23 with the blow, with the reach. And coaches are starting to show the signs of possible hypertension. Coach Hogan is definitely fired up, and the other coaches for for the Wildcats, Ted Schuler, he's looking a little hot too. Pioneers dishing the ball around, taking their time, and another one taken in. Bennett Federico, a 6'3" junior, drawing the foul. It's starting to get kind of insane with the number of fouls that are dropping in here and the speed in which they're dropping. Dakota Hamlin misses his free throw. Inside Hutchinson with the easy hook. No good. Greenberg comes up. Drops it into Hamlin on the outside. Ball's almost lost. Greenberg up the middle with the floating jump shot. Is no good. Greenberg went up with it. Dakota Hamlin came down with it. It was knocked out, and somehow Hamlin was the last one to touch it. And this is getting interesting. Hutchinson up the middle once again, kicks it to the outside to number 21. Is no good. Rebound taken by number 5. Beck rolling around the top of the key, trying to get inside. Kicks it out to Hutchinson for 3 is no good. Caught by Greenberg. Coming down, driving up is no good. The assist by Young. Tips it in, nothing but net. Glennon brings it down, drops it outside the number 10. Kicks it out to Hutchins, which drops it into Beck. Tries for the shot, and it's no good. So Jeff George, Jason Randall, and Cameron Wiggins checking in. Going to give Hamlin, Young, and Padgett a break. Glennon posting to the outside, trying to make something happen. Federico dishes to the outside. Number 13, Tanner Triggs attempts and draws the foul. That's Funderburk's 4th foul. One more, and he is gone for the night. Score remains 58-29 in favor of the Leavenworth Pioneers. Turner Triggs drops down his first free throw of the night. True Love and Hamlin check back in. Triggs knocks down another one. 4 points on the night for Mr. Triggs. Jason Randall trying to draw everybody in. Kicks it out to Hamlin. Loses the ball in the middle. Ball is picked up and traveled by number 13, Triggs. That's the 3rd time tonight that Tanner Triggs has been accused of traveling. Kicks it out to Wiggins for a floating 3 is no good. That was an air ball sent down, dropped down to number 20. Up and no good. And it looks like they stepped out of bounds. It was True Love and Wiggins going for the same ball. Unfortunately, one of them stepped out. So that will be Wildcats ball. Glennon to bring it in. Drops it into Beck. Out to the outside, the number 20, Huntley. Outside to Glennon once again for a three is no good. Beck with a reverse, no good. Rebound by Randall. Randall sends it over to Wiggins with authority. Into the inside to Jeff George. Jeff George with the finish on that one. Oh, excuse me. That was Aaron Johnson in for the first time tonight. And it gets the bucket and the foul. That's number 10, Bennett Federico. Aaron Johnson's first penalty of the night. Excuse me, first foul. Leavenworth now at 10, so the bonus is on for the Wildcats. No good for Federico. Rebound by Johnson. Brings it down. Dakota Hamlin taking it up to the top, trying to slow everybody down a little bit. So with 4:30 left to play in the game, a commanding 27-point lead over the Wildcats. True Love with the two is no good. Rebound by Glennon. True Love tried that, but Glennon came down with it. And the penalty and the two. And that was Glennon with the two. Glennon going to the line. And that one is off and no good. Rebound taken by Anthony Trulove. Out to the outside to Jeff George. Rolls it into the middle to Anthony Johnson, or Aaron Johnson with the two. Glennon to the outside. Number 10 up with the easy jumper. That was Federico with two more. Young's covered up. Wiggins is covered up pretty good. Randall out to the outside. Looking for George on the side over here. Into to Anthony Trulove once again. Dish it deep to the middle. Back to the outside for George for three is no good. Rebound taken by Bennett Federico. Out to the outside for Glennon again is nothing doing. Rebound handled by Beck. He drops the two. So Derek McGreevy making his first appearance in the varsity game tonight. And not a good shot there for Mr. Beck. So the Wildcats will get the ball back on the side. And the pressure's now on. Leavenworth's not going to be giving them any space whatsoever. 3 minutes left to play in the game. The game isn't over until the buzzer sounds. Out for Hutley, no good. Rebounded by Johnson, kicks it over to Randall. Pioneers, they got nothing but time right now, and right now is when the Wildcats need to stop them from any momentum. The drive from Wiggins going up was denied. Knocked out of bounds by the Wildcats, so Wiggins will bring it back in again. Into Johnson, out to George, to Randall. A floating jump shot by Wiggins is good. Wiggins good for another two. Federico on the outside. Shoots it over to McGreevy. Over to Beck, back over to Federico. Back to number 3, Head. And a steal by Jeff George going up. Taking the charge, but the basket is no good. That was an offensive foul on Jeff George. He had the defender had the position for enough time. So with 2 minutes left to play, 25-point deficit. 25-point deficit to be made up by the Wildcats. Number 3 to be inbounding. Out to Beck. Throws it all the way back over to Head. Out to McGreevy. Up for number 3, Head. Shoot with a left-handed jumper. Beautiful. Now they've turned on the pressure. Full court press by by the Wildcats. Coach is starting to get very upset over here. And Doherty checking in for the first time tonight. Randall going through the line. With 1:33 left to play in the game. This type of a lead is almost insurmountable, but depending on how you play it, you can get it back. Randall misses his free throw. Prohaska checking in for the first time in this game. Head brings it down. Kicks it out to Federico. Back to the outside once again. Into Federico. All the way out of bounds. That one was intended for McGreevy. And Smith checking in for the first time tonight. So Randall coming down. Doherty on the outside is very dangerous from three-point zone. So is George. So they're all looking to get into the three-point zone. Myrie covering up the paint. Out from the outside is Doherty for 3. And Bob threw him. Something you didn't expect to see on that. His first hit of the night is three-pointer. 45 seconds left to play in the game. Smith brings it down. Kicks it to McGreevy. Almost picked off. Out to number 20. Kicks up number 3. Head. Left-handed three-pointer. Beautiful shot. 28 seconds left to play in the game. Smith adds the pressure to Randall. And a reach in on number 20, Hutley. And that's going to send him to the line. That's going to send Doherty to the line for 2. And he nails his first. And he drops his second. So Smith beats it down with 15 seconds left on the clock. Sends it into Head. And that was on Doherty. It was an inadvertent trip. So that'll put Jacob Head to the line for 2. Jacob Head's a left-handed shooter. Very effective left-handed shooter. In the 2 or 3 minutes that he's been in the game, he's already scored 6 points. Make that 7 points for him. So 10 seconds left on the clock. And that's going to be it, folks. It's over with your final score 69-46. Once again, folks, I want to thank you for tuning in to 810varsity.com. And we look forward to seeing you every time the Pioneers are on. Thanks once again, Todd, for coming up from Topeka. And the Hayden Wildcats, we look forward to seeing you again. You take care and have a good night.